Hello everyone, we are back with more Final Fantasy XIV main story quest. I hope you're doing alright today. Kind of rainy, kind of dreary, a little sleepy. You know, but we are back with more story. Last time we returned to the source, we returned to the planet, and heard we had friends in Thavnir that needed help. Come to find out, they're experiencing the beginning of the final days. All the crazy, creepy monsters with the fire and raining meteors and all that in the sky. And it turns out that monsters, unfortunately, were its own citizens, and supposedly stemming from all of the overgrowth of despair and anxiety just hanging, literally hanging in the air and supposedly messing with their ether. Just the lack of ether, the nothingness. Anyway, I was just taking a little bit of time finishing cooking lunch. Made red beans and rice. Tap that off to the side as we continue on. But I hope you're doing well. I hope whatever you're working on, however your day is going, I hope it gets better. Let us continue on. Also, last time I did go ahead get all the Aether Currents, so now we have access to flight here in Thavnir, if necessary. What's up, Matsuya? Hmm. Right. Matsuya was looking for that couple that had run off from the village, them and their child. I was friends with them. About, I was almost afraid that the mother and child had been turned blasphemy. Matsuya almost got turned into a blasphemy lab because of him running the child back to the village after we saved them. But thanks to Vitra, revealing who he truly is and what his role is in Avenir, and hopefully bolster the people's spirits moving forward. Oh, he's such a good guy. Right, so let's go see if we can find Astinian. Right, it was last time when Astinian and Vertra were in the air, and their timely appearance was practically what saved Matsuya and the child he was returning to the village. Good. Right, and last we saw was that this whole thing started within the city, that someone was having such a hard time, and their ether was... something was happening to their ether around them, turned into a monster, and then the skies turned. Hmm? Ever seen that before? Alright. On top of all of that, well, there were several people within the town, fortunately, turned to blasphemies. That led for the satrap, or at least the person that was acting as the satrap, Ahaman, was unfortunately killed in the midst of it. Might have an idea. Right, we have to let the whole city know. Let's see. Ooh. Right, and since the people have only known Satrap and Varshan, which Varshan was practically an extension of Bertra, using the power of his eye. Apparently using a well-produced and placed puppet made by the alchemists. Everyone's already here. At least all of our crew, and I guess everyone that's left that can make it in the city.
Look! Someone's coming!
Oh.
People of Vrazathan, it warms my heart to see so many brave, resilient souls before me. Today, I would share with you a great revelation. But before I do, I must make a humble request. Do not be alarmed, nor avert your eyes. See the one I unveil for who he is, and know that he means you no harm.
Very well. I dare say it can't be worse than the horrors we've already seen.
Many thanks.
A dragon! Wow!
People of Radzathan, I am Vritra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode. 'Tis as the Satrap's ally I am known. Today, I would reveal the truth unto you.
Let us hope they accept him.
If I am hearing this right, you were the satrap all along?
Vashan! I mean, Master Vitra, does your divine eye really see all?
Nay, child. While mine eye hath borne witness to the whole of our nation's history, to its future I am blind as thee. Countrymen, calamity the likes of which we have never known is come to Fafnir, our home. Friends and loved ones have been taken from us. I, too, have lost my closest confidant. Ahawan loved this land and served it with dignity till his dying breath. A nobler satrap there will never be. For so long, I lacked the courage to face you. I will not easily earn your trust, this I know. And yet, I cannot sit idly by and abandon Radzathan to her fate. A font of boundless vibrancy, this jewel of the ocean. Since time immemorial, hath she glittered with every color imaginable. To this dragon, slumbering in his dark lair, 'twas a mesmerizing sight, and one that brought no end of joy to my heart. This calamity hath stolen too much from you already, yet so long as you live, the light of Radzathan will never be extinguished. I pray you let me watch over it, over you, and lend me your strength, that we might face this trial and those to come as one.
I do not know you, dragon, but I thank you for speaking the truth to us. As divinities, both Manusha and Riga once joined together, so too do I believe that hand in hand, we can overcome this ordeal and welcome an era of peace.
sight that would have surely brought a smile to Azael's face.
Indeed.
Forum?
Excuse me, but I must speak with the Satrap at once.
Father,
You have suffered dearly of late, yet you must endeavor to look beyond these losses to the future you yet have. On behalf of the Forum of Sharlayan, I come with a proposal by which you, the people of Radzat-Han, might be saved. I say again, I must speak with your Satrap. I beseech you, take me to him with all possible haste.
I am Satrap here. Speak thy proposal. All present shall hear and judge.
If I have given offense, then I apologize. First, allow me to share with you what knowledge we have of the phenomenon responsible for your woes. The final days. 'Tis an affliction of stagnancy and rot, sown into the currents of the star. Though the first prominent manifestation was here, in Thavner, it will invariably spread to every corner of the world. The Forum was forewarned of this apocalypse several centuries ago. Thenceforth, my predecessors sought to prepare for the end times in the only conceivable fashion, by securing a means of escape.
Escape the star? What madness is this?
'Tis by no means madness. With the coming of the 7th Umbral Calamity, the true nature of the Red Moon, Dalamud, was revealed. That it was an artificial construct of ancient Alag. But what of the Silver Moon? This celestial satellite is yet another technological marvel fashioned and maintained by ancient allies. A ship that will sail the heavens and deliver our people from destruction. And by our people, I speak not only of Sharlayan. We mean to save every man, woman, and child it is within our power to save. Including you, our dear friends of Radzat-Han. Recent events necessitate adjustments be made, and quickly, but we can and will escort you safely to the moon.
Long has thy Forum been allies to Thavner. I trust thou dost not extend this offer lightly. Yet I wonder, is this truly the way? Is there a future to be built for us beyond this star our father deemed the last bastion of hope?
It is for that very reason I come before you and your people. To answer any and all of your questions. To offer my assurances and allay your fears. Though, if you wish the best for your people, I advise you to render your decision swiftly.
Show our friends to Megaduta. They are to be received as honored guests. Worry not. Whatever decision is reached, your paths shall be yours to decide. Until then, heed the warning of these brave heroes. Guard your hearts against fear and despair, for it is within such fertile soil that the seeds of blasphemy find purchase. Remain calm and attend to your daily tasks. shall return anon.
We'll do as you say, Master Vitra. We believe in you.
This all certainly went much better than could have been hoped. Granted, now that the forum is literally out in the field.
Oh, you're still here. What a relief.
Nidana, what's the matter? Has something happened at Palika Stand?
Oh, no, not that I know of. I just hope to hear your thoughts on a theory of mine. All who undergo the transformation are drained of their ether, yes? What is it then that gives these beasts the strength to carry on as they do? Logically, they must be drawing upon an alternate form of vital energy. That put me in mind of our earlier conversation, when I tried to explain the essence which many confuse with ether.
Akasha. Yes, I remember. The unseen gift bestowed from on high. An energy influenced solely by emotion.
Oh,
Yes, yes. In this instance, negative ones set Akasha into motion, thereby infusing the beasts with vitality. I posit this as the mechanism by which the beasts are born and sustained. Ah, do you still have that flower?
yes, I do.
If we accept that it once shone bright by drawing upon Akasha, influenced by the thoughts of those nearby, then fear, terror, despair, negative emotions so powerful as to suffocate it, permeated the air in this place. You must be very careful. The forces which drive the final days may be beyond our ability to perceive. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you like that. At any rate, I will continue my research into Akasha. Do temper your expectations, however. There are sadly few detailed studies upon which I may draw.
Formulating a new theory as you have is itself no small feat. I wish you well in your endeavors, and pray you take care.
Thank you. You stay safe as well, yes? Till next we meet. And we will meet again.
Just realized I completely had the box guard screen. Hey, whoops. Alright. It is something to go on. On we go. Me? Not only the feast is thanks, but also someone else they wish to introduce me to? Yes. Oh. At the very least, plans are being made on all sides in order to take care of everybody, but also in hopes to do something about saving the star itself. Oh, thank you. Glad he said something. I was just literally thinking, pretty sure they didn't allow it, but maybe they dropped it at some point? But once again, when you have an aetherite, it's best to attune to it, shown last time. Now I suppose see who this mysterious new person is they want us to meet. I don't know if there would be anyone else that they might like to introduce us to, not already aware of. Oh. All the delegates of the countries, the Alliance, are here. Huh. Hello? Now we have the title All Around Good Egg added to our ever-growing list of titles. I mean, at this point, I'll take it better than Stealer of Pants, but... Oh, that caught me off guard. That was good. Just keeps on going. Who are you? Well, yes. Okay, that's smart, though. Well, that's fair. Just let everyone know exactly what's gone down. Hmm. Oh dear. So the conditions for the transformation have been practically set over the entire star. Hmm. Oh. That is quite the demand. Oh. Huh. Role quests. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. I don't have that great a sense of direction. back up to that place. Okay. But right? Stay. Let's let's continue on, they said. Likely need that in the to leave. Ah, poop. Alright, well, let's run then. But I do find it clever and interesting that they would incorporate role quests, not that you would be expected to take on each and every one of them. That they would designate something in such a way. Yes, where you wouldn't have like so many technically back-to-back trials or primals in a sense. Something that would be made specifically for whatever job you've been pulling up so far. I can appreciate that. I mean, normally when I go out, I really just do drink water. Hmm. Let's just go with that. Water. Just water is fine. Everyone's here already. Yeah, there's a amount of the details. And considering it seems each one has their own blasphemies.
So blasphemies now plague all the realm.
It will only get worse if what Father said is true, as it did in Amarot.
If that's our model, then shouldn't we expect the effects to grow more severe as it feeds off its own spread? As if people transforming into those monstrosities wasn't bad enough. If the flora and fauna, if the land itself turned against us.
No one would survive.
Here's your order, friend. May you find comfort in these dark times.
Where do we go from here? If there's one thing we've learned, fighting blindly and simply reacting to what comes will accomplish nothing. We must find a solution that addresses the fundamental cause. Before our strength is exhausted, before this crisis spirals out of control. Is there something? Anything we've overlooked?
If there is an answer, Hydaelyn herself will have it. 'Twas she who bound Zodiac and forestalled the final days. Alas, we have heard naught from her since the Tower of Babel. Whether she cannot or will not speak, I can only speculate. Even the flower she gave us is no more.
That's right, it was Elbis. Not just the Heart Blossom, but Elbis from the ancients. From the Watcher that Hydaelyn created.
So advised the Watcher. What could be the significance of that name? It is entirely unfamiliar to me.
To me as well. It meant something to the ancients, though. In our time.
Most surely. Yet I do not recall a single mention of it in the records of Anida.
Another dead end. And quite literally. It's not as if there are any ancients living we could go and ask.
Not alive as such, but not quite dead.
He's only mostly dead.
Elidibus.
How, though?
I sealed him in the White Orisite of the Crystal Tower back on the first.
Oh gosh, that is right. He did use the last of his powers. In the Crystal Tower's Oversight. Holy moly, I'd completely forgotten about that.
Contained within that reservoir of ether that maintains it, ether that is returned little by little to the sea. Naught may remain of his soul. However, if part of it lingers, we might be able to speak with him there. I know we can no longer make that journey, but you, my friend, still can.
It would be an opportunity to look in on the others as well.
Thank you, my friend. That would mean much to me.
If nothing else, should we learn the first is safe, we'll have that much more reason to keep fighting the good fight. That said, the odds are not in our favor, to say the least. Which is why we're fortunate to have Urianger up there on the moon, working hard to make all the necessary preparations for our departure, should it come to it.
And why we have nothing to lose by staying the course till the last instant.
Indeed. To the last, let us all do what we can. I will consult with Master Matoya and see if she knows of a way to reach Hydaelyn from the ethereal sea.
And I will visit the nation's leaders and attempt to ascertain how far the final days have progressed elsewhere.
Keep me abreast of your findings. I can seek out and slay the worst of the immediate threats, if only to slow the spread.
Unease, terror, despair. Try as we might to suppress them, these emotions will return to harry us time and time again. But when they do, remember this. Your friends and loved ones are out there somewhere, sharing in your struggle. You are not alone.
So ends the brief respite before the next revelation. Yes, so much left for you to see. Where beginning ends, and end begins.
I'm still curious who the mysterious narrator of this expansion is. Right, if we're going to be accessing the Crystal Tower. Well, well, we know where we're going next. Okay. Well, suppose let's go find Lena. As well as can be. He is happy, hardships and all. Good. True, if Gratia was certainly the center of the entire Crystarium, that needs to answer to him. Find another way that would satisfy all parties. I could trouble you to let me into the tower. Have you seen anything else going on? Hmm. Green what? Of course. Granted, I haven't very well progressed with the quest out in the set of raids. Which probably should get to it, but just that second one. The way that second quest, second round of raids looks just... Let's look at all the mechanics and movements and AoEs and everything. It looks nuts. Ah. Oh. Hmm. This may come as a surprise, but... Everyone's gonna tell him not to overexert himself, aren't they? But that does indeed sound like good advice for Grahatia. Oh. You just missed him. Hmm. Hmm. kind of remind me of Hardburn, so. For smiting your opponent, the axe. Yeah. So precious and enthusiastic. Hmm? Oh. It will come out of hiding. Don't you have more important things to do, Your Majesty? Huh. No. Mean. Thank you, Luna. Hit in your stomach? Hmm. Say, what? It is something to think about. No. No. I think Thancred would be proud. Proud to know he has such a strong girl. How'd you know? You? Yes, please. Been so long since we've been back here. We had all of our friends here. So quiet. I know they're back and well, back at the source. And we have business to attend to.
Biometric authentication complete. Please state your business.
Oh my. Want to talk to Elidibus.
Acknowledged. Reinitializing Sidcus Tower systems. Searching for Elidibus entity. Target located in subterranean core power accumulator. Projecting image.
Oh.
My home. My friends. No more than a dream. You. Why have you awakened me?
I have some questions.
I no longer sense those places beyond, or Lord Zodiac. You must explain all. So, he is fallen, and my brethren's souls returned to the star. The doom we sacrificed so much to prevent is come again. Old burdens now yours to bear. But if this is Fandaniel's design, then I, as Elidibus, have a duty to fulfill.
Say what?
Your unsolicited act has restored to me some few memories of the convocation. Such knowledge as I have, I will share.
Thank you.
I do this not for you. I merely perform my duty, as I have ever done. Where to begin? Ah, the end. understanding of what caused the final days is consistent with our own. The decay first took root where the currents were weakest. Yes, a conclusion drawn by him, Fandaniel. Not the him of here and now, but as I knew him, long, long ago. Having shed light upon the phenomenon, he dedicated himself to devising a countermeasure. Were it not for his knowledge of the Celestial, we would never have made the connection, and thence forestalled the final days. And though he inherited that noble soul, how different this last incarnation, so consumed by self-loathing and hate.
You're telling me.
Elpis. Yes, the name is familiar to me. Yet I know it not as a flower, but a place. A testing facility for determining which of our creations were fit to be released into the world. Many worked there, and before joining the convocation and assuming the title of Fandaniel, he was their chief. He was Hermes.
Huh.
That is all I know. The crystals tell little of the lives the 14 led prior to their induction. Elpis itself would tell even less. Nary a ruin has survived. Wait. I saw you there. In Elpis.
What?
No. I did not. But I did. I did. A lingering trace of impossibility. And a truth that fills my heart. My memories remain clouded, I fear. However, they have revealed to me one possible course. You must travel to Elpis, to the time when Hermes served as its chief.
Hey, what
In
the hell?
glimpsing the Exarch's memories, not only did I make his summoning magic mine own, I also mastered the workings of this tower, which, having absorbed my empowered essence, now harbors an abundance of energy. As such, I believe I can deliver you unto the past, unto that place and that precise moment. Given the eons that must be traversed, the gateway will not be fully formed. Your form will be less tangible still than those warriors of light I had summoned. In all likelihood, none will be able to see or hear you.
Huh.
Yet even should you manage to interact with others, you will be unable to effect meaningful change. For the reality you wish to save, the reality to which you must return, exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present. Cannot unmake the sorrow and suffering fated to come. In full knowledge of this, will you still entrust your life to your foe and make the journey?
Do what I must.
Very well. I shall cast you unto the river of time. Let this be my final act. You must input the commands. I no longer have the authority. First, you must reconfigure the systems. that the tower's ether may be channeled for the magic.
Okay, so inputs and
the preparations are complete. The gateway will soon open. Return at once to the ocular.
truly has merged with the tower.
All appears to be in order. The ether flows unimpeded. The magic should consume every last mote of my essence. Why are you surprised? Did I not say that this will be my final act? Lord Zodiark is no more. There is nothing for me here. The ones I love and long to see again are waiting in that promised land, beyond memory and dream. Now go, warrior of light. Go, and do not look back. Well, Heidelin, I take my leave of you. Yours is the mantle of the last of us. May you have the joy of it, the burden, and the solitude. It falls to you now. You and your champion to save our star.
Where did I? Well, did mention the tangibility. Well, you're so tall. Apollyon. Hmm. I'm so small. Huh. Hmm. Ooh. Why can't you hear me? Can I not just push my way through it? It won't you budge.
And here we are, Elpis. Well, well, how rare to receive you in person. To what do we owe the honor? Oh, just a few odd tasks. We'll be here a while.
No way.
You're welcome to stay as long as you see fit, of course. As a matter of procedure, however, I must ask that you kindly remove your masks.
Come now. Is this truly necessary? Surely you can tell who we are.
Who you are, perhaps, but I am far less infamous. Regardless, if we do not follow protocol, 'tis our hosts who would be held accountable. So, please, do favor us with your handsome face.
Satisfied?
I thank you for your cooperation. You are free to go about your business.
Let me sneak over.
By the by, you see it too, yes?
I haven't the foggiest what you're talking about.
That's odd. It's right here. A bit thin in the ether, but there's no mistaking it. The color of its soul is almost identical to Azem's. Do you suppose she created it? Rather unusual for a familiar to have a soul, though.
Don't ask me. All I know is that it's trouble. Doubly so if it's her spitting image.
What?
So let's leave it be. Come now.
Come on now. I'm right here.
It's trying to say something, but it's literally too intangible to form words. Why don't you give it some ether? Spare a snifter of your bounteous reserves.
take me for?
Why, a dear friend, of course. One who wouldn't let acts of kindness, such as my accompanying him on errands to far-flung outposts, go unrewarded.
I suggest you close your eyes, or this may be unpleasant.
Okay. Has to be him. Has to be them.
You may open your eyes.
Oh. And now I'm completely tangible. Or corporeal. And not near as small either.
Oh, you even adjusted its size.
The better to indulge your whim. This way, it will be easier to communicate.
How very thoughtful of you. And may I applaud your artful reinforcement. Without further ado then. Greetings! I am Hythlodaeus, Chief of the Bureau of the Architect.
I knew it.
Sulking beside me is the most honorable Emmett Selk of the Convocation of 14.
It is them.
And how might we address you, my new friend?
Mira.
A fine name. And I'm pleased to see you understand our words. So, tell us, whence have you come? The thinness of your essence suggests you weren't created here.
It's a long story.
You do not know? Or cannot say? Allow me to ask a different question then. What brings you here?
Seek a man named Hermes.
Well now, the same as us. Perhaps Azim wished to come too, but had to settle for a familiar.
If she truly wished to be here, then she would be.
Right you are. My apologies if we've given offense. The two of us can discern the color of souls, you see, and yours happens to resemble that of a friend. And with your purpose matching our own besides, we jumped to a hasty conclusion. We are here to speak with Hermes, the chief overseer of this facility, which we also intend to tour in order to gain greater insight into the man's work. We, I say, though this is Emmett Selk's charge. I am here only to serve as his guide. And I should be happy to serve as yours as well, by way of an apology for the misunderstanding.
Wait, are you suggesting that we bring it along on official business? This thing we know next to nothing about?
Hey, I have a name, and I'm more than just a thing. And an it.
If you harbor suspicions, better to keep it close than leave it to its own devices. Wouldn't you agree?
Hythlodaeus seems to be able to befriend
Besides,
almost.
having a mysterious life form in tow is the norm rather than the exception here. Welcome, my friends, to the testing ground of creation at Heaven's Edge, Elpis.
Whoa. It's beautiful. Argos!
This presence.
Oh, look 'em.
Hermes! Visitors! We have visitors!
Hmm.
What secrets are you hiding, I wonder?
Well, this is going to be quite interesting. But again, we've met our new old friend Hythlodaeus, Emmett Selk. We saw Argos, the spirit pupper. Not only that, but someone that strangely looked like the corporeal form of Hydaelyn. Whoever Hermes and his attendant is. Hmm. Living beings and corporal objects. All from creation myth. Not in the way you would say, however. Okay. Interesting indeed. Oh, well now it's gone. Allowed it over, and it's still quite captivating. Almost like the best kind of park, nature walk, and preserve you could ever hope for. Hmm. Okay. Suppose let me see what I can do. about now? Ooh. Oh boy. Come on now. How about these? Turn living beings into clothing just like that? Oh. Oh. Have clothes. Suppose they should have given me some sort of arm. Considering my sleeves kinda stick out here. It'll only be temporary for the time. Oof. Level 353 down to 87. Goodness. Well, better. few, of course, to stumble upon in this, but new old friends first. Our journeys and Shadowbringers. Hmm. Interesting. We're a world created entirely of memory. We'll be able to travel around it willy-nilly using aetherites once we reach them. Hmm. Can do. Hmm. Well, see if we can't find our man. Oh, unicorn. I have one like that too, you know. Granted, I suppose whipping it out here and now might be a little attention getting. Oh, look! Even has the little, sort of the minion type. Now, that I don't have, but I have seen it. Hmm. This takes off. Oh, a man by a pool. Little axolotls. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but that's gonna be my bad. Pardon me.
Huh. You are...
Oh. Different. Greetings and salutations. Can you hear me?
Oh my.
Do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. I wish only to hear your words, share your feelings, and know your thoughts. May we please be friends? May we please be friends?
Ah, I see you found him.
Ithildeus! It's been a while. Too long, I think.
Too long indeed for close collaborators. On this blessed occasion, I bring not only myself, but others who long to speak with you.
You were of the convocation?
Emmet Selk at your service. Do I have the honor of addressing Hermes, Chief Overseer of Elpis?
You do. You have traveled far for it.
Given your facility's purpose, its remote location is something of a necessity. Would that I didn't have to rely upon a guide.
Oh, you wound me. Have I not ever been an attentive and helpful friend? But moving along to more agreeable company, this one we chance to... Well, you certainly have her attention. Is she one of yours, Hermes?
Her name is Meteon. It means shooting star.
If I may make an observation, her ether is terribly thin. I fear she might dissipate at any moment. Nor do I believe you've made a submission to the Bureau. I would remember such a concept if you had.
I haven't, as you say. I judged it too early. She's a pet project of mine, still undergoing preliminary testing. But rest assured that I will attend in person ere long.
Very well. Being an authority on flying life forms, I appreciate that you are exacting in your work. I shall look forward to your submission.
If we have finished with the perfunctory chit-chat, I would discuss official matters. By my coming, I trust you already anticipate the subject.
I have an inkling, yes. Please wait to the main building yonder. I shall join you as soon as I've returned these creatures to their homes.
What's wrong, Hermes?
An amystoma is missing.
I may have found it. A creature with the self-same ether as those there, nestled in the boughs of a tree outside the grounds.
You're saying they can climb, with their sorry excuses for limbs?
The fashion has been to imbue aquatic creatures with the power of flight, ever since the words of Metron created a sky-swimming fish.
Well.
The amystomas too can fly, if only slightly, and they could conceivably climb a tree. Whether they can come down safely, however... Excuse me.
I'll help too.
What are we supposed to do with this lot?
May I suggest we split up? If you would be so good as to assist Hermes, Emmett, Selk and I shall keep an eye on these adorable creations in the meantime.
Of course. Well, let's see if we can't give him a hand. Oh my. Are you going to be okay? Well, at least seems we found it. You know what was really funny? I never equipped the robes and no one said anything. Well, you know, they kind of said it and they did it. But hello, Scherzo, how are you? I imagine that probably could have been an option, but I just kind of opted to just kind of roll with it. I mean, Meteon saying we were different would make sense then. I mean, at the very least, you need a hand. Oh. Mira is fine. Okay, it's okay. They're being watched. Hmm. I'm still curious the kind of things we're going to be seeing around here. We've seen what looks to be not only mounts, but also minions. another various of enemies in the area. Who knows? But this area is quite lovely. Suppose let us join. Of course, first and foremost, we're going to be here a while. It would do best to attune to the Aetherite. Just curious, thinking about what the design of the Aetherite was, if it was supposed to be one matching of the first, perhaps? I don't know. Little thing.
This appears to be the place. And here is where we part ways.
Oh, Bob's having so much fun.
We will be discussing highly sensitive affairs. Only a select few may be privy to such knowledge, and that does not include someone who cannot or will not divulge their origins.
Do you mean if I do?
What? Will I have to remove you by force?
Can you, though? There are reasons I cannot speak freely.
Let's hear them then, these reasons of yours. Who knows? If I deem your mysterious cause worthy, I may even be inclined to offer my assistance.
I do not object to her attendance.
Hermes, this is highly irregular.
Hasn't this whole day been irregular so far? Why don't you just go with it?
Perhaps, but I believe she can be trusted. Meteon would not have taken to her so quickly otherwise. Moreover, the presence of a third party may help me to maintain composure.
Oh.
As you wish, then. Behave yourself, do you hear?
Don't worry.
So, it's finally happened, then.
Aye. Van Daniels declared his intention to step down and named you as his preferred successor. In recognition of your knowledge and your works, the Convocation is giving the recommendation due consideration. As one who does not know you personally, I am to use my impartial eye to take your measure. And above all else, to ascertain your disposition towards the invitation. I understand that you and Fandaniel are close. He himself was once chief overseer of Elpis after all. I should not be surprised if you knew before anyone else that he wished to relinquish his office.
I did. He told me that when he fulfilled his purpose, he wished to pass the torch to me.
A torch you seem none too pleased to accept. Are you so averse to serving on the Convocation?
No, it's not that. For a humble researcher like myself to even be considered is an honor beyond words. No. What troubles me, what I struggle to come to terms with, is the very fact that Fandaniel is stepping down. Does this not mean that he will return to the Star?
Of his own volition, yes, like so many others have before him.
Return to the Star? Does that mean die?
Well now, that's not a word I hear often. Is that what you say here in Elpis? Mankind is the life of Atheris. Each of us, a drop of blood flowing through its veins, bearing sustenance. In our finite time upon it, 'tis our duty to make it a better place, that all who call it home, now and in future, may abide in happiness. To that end, we have dedicated ourselves to the pursuit of enlightened creation. And by our efforts did we transform this once untamed wilderness into the peaceful paradise you enjoy today. To return to the Star whence we came is a privilege afforded to we who have so loved and nurtured it. A choice embraced by those who have lived their lives to the fullest, in service to our world. And when they depart upon this journey, it is beautiful, always.
The 14 are no exception. 'Tis believed no occasion is more felicitous than the fulfillment of one's duty. Our office becomes our lives, and to retire is to return, or so the majority of us hold. Some few have elected to eschew custom. Mayhap you feel Fandaniel's deeds do not warrant his return. Yet you should know his accomplishments as well as any. During his time, he conceived of countless outstanding concepts. And channeling the wealth of experience he attained here in Elpis, he brought forth many new specimens.
I know of all this. I do. It's just, I cannot fathom why someone so great and wise, who could still do so much good, would want to end it all. Oh no, I've made her upset. Forgive me. I know I requested your presence. Might I trouble you to take Meteon outside? A change of scenery would do her good.
Of course. It is quite the outlook. I knew that they said that the Seans, I guess the Ambratian, saying that they actually lived forever. They were almost immortal in a way. Would have all that time to be able to do what you wish to accomplish. And I guess, and truly tiring and truly resting and leaving what you've done, accomplished. But also in thinking, Hermes, the one that they're speaking of, that they're speaking to, is the one that became man Daniel we dealt with most recently, and him trying to take over Zodiac. Another thing I thought that was interesting was just almost how serious Emmett Selk is in the past. He still kind of has his snippy, cynical sort of way of speaking in a way, but he just seems so much more serious than he. Granted, I guess, since that was, as they said, like centuries, if not millennium, past when he was actually here. The little thing. Well, it's a long story. Oh. Sure, why not? No? Huh. Wonder what else they would say if you were of different races. I mean, being an aura, of course, he may have the horns and scales of a beast. If you were a Mikote, he would probably say, like, fur and the ears of such, but what about Elizin and Lalafell and Hurs and, yes, they're Oagaden, uh, just all the other races. How would they all describe you? From a place far, far away. Hmm. It's a spoonbill. Little tiny spoonbill. Oreo. Oh. Hmm. Granted. Oh. Just met, yet she's already taken a shine to it. Good. I'm good at crafting. Now it's staring at us. I don't know what was more intimidating, the size of its bill or the size of its eyes. That's ours. Are you talking about a candied apple, Midian? Hmm. Well, there's still things I like that I'd tell you about. It's interesting to think is that Hermes is essentially made Medion essentially a what's the empathetic not emotion of the but either way, and able to take on and communicate through the mind. Feeling, associating, and communicating emotion. Is a pretty cute little bird-like person. Alright, you three, did you have a sound and good discussion? Oh, that would be nice. Sure. And all the while, Hythlodaeus is just reveling in the pushing Emmett's buttons. But it's almost kind of interesting, as endearing, however brief our time was with Hythlodaeus. Shadowbringers. It's like it's almost really charming just to see kind of, again, how welcoming easily to the friend, and almost, again, almost just kind of sort of poke fun at Emmett Selk. That's all contained in his personality. Quite charming. difference between living beings and arcane entities? It lacks a soul. Arcane entity. I wonder if that could almost be sort of part of an explanation for the blasphemy. I have to say, I do kind of like this greenery, flourishing, almost overgrown spherical space. Reminds me of many others in other concepts of video game seem just kind of the look of where it's like you have whole yet geometrical, beautiful type of architecture. Again, mixed in with just literally this almost kind of overgrown, overtaking beautiful greenery. Hmm. Huh. Ew. Hmm. So what, they're going to feed upon the lightning-based ether? Oh, is this sort of creation of sprites that we see back in the source? Is Metian a living being? Well, let's continue on, I suppose. I'm remembering this exactly as Elidibus put it, that the current soul was the current soul of Saint Daniel, i.e. Hermes, that he was so obsessed with death and his own death and those of others, that it came from Hermes, who seems gentle and attuned not only to sentient beings of those around, but not even those, it says, that don't even have soul, have life and have instinct. It's the want to live and survive. Excuse me. Again, just all the rain and else is making me so sleepy today. How about you all, chat? How are you doing today?
Amazing, is it not? The Ampelos, one of our newest subjects. So, how are we coming along?
Or plumes.
This place is Elpis. Those flowers. Elpis. Entelekis. Like me.
Telekies?
They are a product of Elpis, and so named for their birthplace. A happy accident, born of the hands of a former researcher who loved beautiful blossoms.
Oh, they called it a happy accident. That's wholesome.
Unique for how they change color, to reflect the emotional state of those nearby. Though be it here or elsewhere, they are seldom seen in any hue save purest white.
Reflect the emotional state, you say? By what means do they achieve this?
In creation, there exists an energy wholly apart from ether, one driven by emotions.
The Akasha that Nadana was talking about.
In like manner to how we manipulate ether, this flower is subject to the influence of said energy. While it has no will of its own, it is sensitive to the prevailing emotion in the vicinity, and reacts by altering its color and vibrancy.
Akasha? It is one of the unseen energies defined by Harnish alchemical theory. Though a gross oversimplification, some describe it as an essence influenced by feelings.
Akasha. Though I'm not familiar with the term, your description suggests it is the self-same energy. Dynamis, we call it.
So they had a name for it too.
And those entities like the Elpis flower that have the ability to interact with this energy, converting emotions into tangible phenomena, are Antelekis.
Huh.
That's me! That's me! An Enteleki!
Huh. Now hearing that word and looking at Medion, I'm almost reminded of a race and characters from Xenoblade Chronicles. They were a sort of bird people that had wings on their heads. Hang on, now it's gonna bug me. Xenoblade Chronicles is another good game. Would recommend. Excellent RPG, good character, really fun battle style, and amazing. I end. I guess the word is inti. I thought I remember there being until.
That you are, my dear. And no ordinary one at that, but the first possessed of free will.
Wait. A form of energy other than ether? Dynamis? I've never heard of such a thing.
Hardly surprising. Dynamis cannot be seen, much less felt. And though its existence has long been theorized, we had no proof until the flower's serendipitous creation. What's more, Dynamis is far weaker than ether. Under normal circumstances, its effects are drowned out by the latter. On account of which, beings comprised of and reliant upon the ether, like you and I, are unable to make practical use of Dynamis. 'Tis a truly esoteric thing, known to but a select few scholars.
Intriguing. Then, given the limitations you described, Why create Meteor?
Our star, Aetheris, is especially rich in ether, so much so that its name is derived from it. However, when we consider all energy in existence here and in the vast space beyond, Dynamis may account for as much as 68.3%.
Hmm.
The more abundant form by far. Were we able to control it, we could open the door to limitless possibilities. 'Tis not unlike a gently flowing stream, unable to break through the dam of ether barring its path. But if we could imbue the stream with the vigor of a raging river... Not that I have such grand ambitions. Nay. I merely wish to create a being that could traverse the great expanse. The relative scarcity of ether beyond the bounds of this star was a concern. And so, I looked to another source of energy by necessity.
That being Dynamis. No wonder her ether is so thin.
Precisely.
Yours is thin too. Like an entelechy. Like me. So... are we the same? Entelecchies.
Well, I have been known to transcend my limits with nothing but
That
determination.
sounds more akin to the desperate flailings of a wild beast when facing imminent death.
Oh.
A deficit of ether alone does not an entelechy make. It would, however, make it easier for you to interact with Dynamis. And limited though its influence may be, this quality could prove the difference between victory and defeat. You do well not to underestimate it. Oh dear. I'd forgotten about the poor fellow. You must excuse me a moment while I go and verify a few more things.
So yet we get a little more insight to Hermes' events leading up to everything. What do you specialize in? Oh, Hippolytaeus is so disappointed. I'd very much like to look where I can. Who knows if we'll have the opportunity to. Charybdis? But does that name not sound good? And I know I've heard the name Charybdis. I was trying to remember. I think it was an anime or. Oh, this almost looks something straight off of Sea of Clouds, where the Vanu Vanu live. Dude. Hey, what? Huh. It's so interesting to hear about the past of force of the whole of Aetheris, of the time of Hythlodaeus and Selk and all of them, that they consider such expression and difference out of sync with the rest of society, even in sorts of using their own abilities for hoping to extend knowledge and learn, that they would consider something like transformation almost shameless because of individuality. Something like that. It might be the poor fellow's intimidated. And playful as Hythlodaeus is, he is considerate. Considerate and insightful. Say what? How and why would he go along with that? Hmm. Unflaggingly persistent. Now, if I remember correctly, even when Emmett Selk, millennia or two later, when we met him in the form of the Emperor, that he was taken with us being persistent in our endeavors, so... Let's see if we can't convince him. Yeah, I could almost say this looks like one of the bosses. Never Reap, that's what I'm... One boss at the... Or even one of the mini-bosses when you fight Bismarck. Same coloring and everything. And again, Emmett Selk accusing us and his own best friend of having a scheme when he himself, again, years and years on down the line, would be the one that is the schemer. Understood. I have a favor to ask. Please, Emmett Selk, with big, pretty baby doll sparkly eyes.
No, no, no. You are not foisting this nonsense on me.
I'm given to understand you have the power to help the Charybdis, and should be quite willing to do so. And so I appeal to your better nature, most benevolent Emmett Selk. Please teach her to fly.
Or else Hermes will transform. Right now.
Now, there's no need to go quite that far. Altruism is its own reward, as I'm sure he would agree.
Oh, would he now? And who contrived to put me in this position, pray tell?
Nothing so devious. I merely suggested a possible course of action.
Hythlodaeus, you're so great. You're probably becoming one of the group.
I did not come all this way to play nursemaid to your creations. I'd thank you to remember this favor and let it be the last.
Oh no.
I will aid it once it has taken to the air. It falls to you to shepherd it skyward.
Well, let's relax and enjoy the spectacle, shall we?
Oh.
You were wondering why Emmett Selk joined the convocation. Truth be told, he wasn't the first choice for the office. I was. On the strength of my ability to see ether.
Huh. Hold up. Did this whole scheme come to mind with the question of being able to inquire about Emmett Selk, but yet having to dispose of him temporarily in order to tell us?
But I declined the offer. For though my vision is exceptional, I am pedestrian in all other aspects. Worse even, quite abysmal when it comes to manipulating ether, for example. Couldn't transform even if I had a mind to do so. What good is the ability to perceive a problem if one cannot act to address it? Emmett Selk has no such shortcomings. He excels in vision and manipulation both, the latter to an extraordinary degree.
You are not joking, Hythlodaeus.
If there is a mage more powerful, I do not know of them. Thus did I recommend him for the office in my stead. And I wasn't the only one. Far from it. Countless others vouched for his skill and character. People the world over, to whom he had previously lent a helping hand.
Oh.
Oh, how surprised he was. Claimed he hadn't done anything remarkable for anyone. Modest to a fault. He deserved every bit of acclaim he received. Yet he may well have gone unappreciated were it not for a mutual friend. A singular soul who can't help but involve herself in the business of others. Where she walks, excitement is certain to follow. Her antics irritate Emmett Selk to no end. But much of his grumbling stems from genuine concern. When our friend calls, he never fails to answer and lend his talents. And in the course of doing so, he himself came to be recognized and respected by those around him. They are truly remarkable individuals, and I'm proud to call them friends. To help them realize their dreams. This will be my greatest contribution to our world, and when they have fulfilled their respective purposes, so too shall I have fulfilled mine, and together we may return to the star. Look at me, spilling my innermost secrets. I can't seem to help it with you. I can only assume it is due to the color of your soul. I just don't understand how you can be so alike and yet so different.
Well done, my pet. Well done!
Ah, yes. I dare say the Charybdis will be fine here on. Why don't you go and signal to Emmett Selk? Let him know that his arduous task is at an end.
Hmm. Right? It's like once they're released into the world, I guess they're saying, not going to be any adjustments made after. We'll take the quick way back since we have it. You know, this has been quite enlightening. Matters and with Ether and even learning about Sara or what they're calling Dynamis. Yes. Dynamis. Dynamis seems promising. Oh no! Dear. Certainly has a love for all the creations, that's for sure. But of course we can't tell what creature is what if only its name, so what kind of creature it is. Only the Lycaon that's doing fortunate slaughter, but also the other creature, the slaughtered. my. I think we had seen these before, maybe off to the in the thing. Lycaos. Lycaos. Let's speed things up a little bit. Haven't seen it, but yep. Just as I was about to state my suspicions, I'm imagining the quest would give an aether current. Means there's going to be likely plenty around here to gather. I'm going to state if I wonder if this will be a place for us to gather aether currents and eventually fly, considering I can summon my mount and whatnot. Well, let's go then. More horses. Real quick. But of course it looks like they've mixed in some red herring. Mix you up and to remember what she said. A long person with long blonde hair, but did say they were a man. Hmm. Huh. Once again, never one to question it. Hermes seemed to have such a love and patience for life and the creation here in Elp. Of course, leave it to me. Okay. I do tend to have a bit of a green thumb and appreciation for flowers and whatnot. Aside for being one that feeds on emotions, he does seem to have an amount of. Oh. Uh. Thought you weren't crazy about big, huge flowers. Oh. I don't think we want to get near that thing. Eh. Oh no! Eaten by a moorball? Oh, good lord. No, I doubt that. It's probably not the good sort of memory. Oh, now away with you. See if we can't pick something while that guy's not looking. Hmm. Oh, the Eldest. Commotion. Dare say I have a few. Hmm. Suppose thinking and being in a world where everyone lives by similar rules. Well, not a bad thing, but feeling if you're different way, feeling it. Well, I have anxious thoughts or concerns or whatnot. Shouldn't if we're in such a world that's almost like utopia. Suppose that would cause your concerns and questions to you to retreat even further on your own.
You were waiting for me.
You've finished talking?
Yes. We've come to a decision. My thanks for keeping Meteon company. Emmett Selk and Hythlodaeus have already retired to their rooms. There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
Wait! I want to show you something first.
Elpis flowers?
Go on.
And purple.
You're not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
I see Meteon has shared much with you. May we talk a moment?
Hmm. Hedgehog.
I do not think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place. And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt. Do you recall what Hythlodaeus said when we first spoke of my nomination? Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will. And when they depart, it is always beautiful. Perhaps it is, but only for man. Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. Some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished.
It's a family of hedgehogs.
We make an effort to spare them the pain, but they sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear. And it is not beautiful.
Oh. Also, hello, Werewolf. How are you? It's going well.
Yet no one cares. No one. So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures. Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Not amiss. And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white. A contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration? Then I wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus? And I am filled with dread. But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep. I won't ask what you thought as you kneeled beside the Elpis, or if you only did it at Meteon's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you. To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort.
Oh, these are quite the responsive. Doing good, good. I could be a service.
To so willingly lend an ear to ease my burden. You are a strange one.
That what companions and fellow man do for each other?
Know you what they are? Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life. So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there? What is it that gives their lives meaning? That drives them day after day after day? To pose that question to our undiscovered cousins, I created beings of Dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteon and her sisters.
Are you playing a game, Weverwolf?
Aye, sisters.
He's created more than one of them.
She has a great many of them. And they have already departed on their journey, traveling to one star and then the next in search of life. As one might expect, exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties, and thus far I've naught to show for it. But I have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long. And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness. It's getting rather late. We had best find our beds. It would not do for both of us to be sleep-deprived on the morrow. Come, Meteon. Let us head back.
All right!
I wonder what she could have saw or sensed in that moment. Static beam stuck in your head. I understand. I understand sometimes you have something you've played or listened to or heard over and over and you just can't get it out of your head. I've been there, believe me. Especially nights where I don't need to have stuff stuck in my head and need it to just hit the stop or the pause button so I can go to sleep. Oh. Have I played Pokemon before? Not in a sense. I still play Pokemon Go. I have a friend that got me into it and I still play with her from time to time. But I haven't so much really played one of the Pokemon games myself. I do enjoy watching them though. I do know the kind of enjoyment it does bring to others and seeing that. Plus some of them are so cute. see. The games are really fun, and there's a new one coming out in the open world. The Scarlet and Violet one you're talking about, I think. I still keep up with Pokemon stuff, since I have so many friends that are into it for sure. And so you're excited about it, Weverwolf? I know a number of people that are pretty excited about it for sure. I was particularly taken by Quaxley, the water duck starter. It was adorable looking. You want the fire starter, Fuecoco? I think a lot of people really like Fuecoco. And a lot of people also like Sprigaton, I can't. I just remember Leaf Cat. But I do hope it is enjoyable for everybody. I'm sure I'll watch somebody play it. I know a lot of people are interested to see where the starters go and how they turn out. Let's see. I was also just checking up to see what the line of the main story quest list is. Not to see spoilers or anything, mind you, but just being mindful of just how much further we have to go, I suppose, on this journey. Oh, go away. Yeah, Fuecoco's still cute. Oh my. Oh, wow. Almost look like a mix between a behemoth, a dragon, and... Oof. You okay there? Oh dear. Oh no, and they can fly? Well, we're going to be fighting something. Might as well be fully geared up. As it was seemingly noted earlier, is that they really don't mind what you wore, if you wore the robes to not stand out, or if you just wore your regular adventurer's clothes. Gracious. He looks fun. Alright. You got it. We'll be back, no worries. We'll probably wrap up here in a little bit shortly. Gracious. Oh, now it releases 2? Well, time to step it up. Quite literally.
Now.
Staff kind of looks like the symbol for doctors and medical professionals.
Forgive me. Please, forgive me.
Hermes.
May you and your kin find peace. Wherever your souls may drift in the underworld, may you find tranquil seas. Be not forgotten. In concept endure. to reclaim form and one day live again. Serve not the star, or any purpose save your own. Live again, if that be your desire. Hate, if that be your want. We are worthy, but leave your suffering behind. Lay down your burdens, be born anew. Fly high, fly free.
Join the convocation, Hermes. You do not belong here.
Leave to replace another. To be replaced. It changes nothing. Tell me, do you think it right that we sacrifice all these lives for the sake of the star? And when the star has reached perfection, what then? If all who are satisfied choose to die, shall we all die in satisfaction? I do not know. Were I to take up the seat of Fandaniel, it would be tantamount to approving my predecessor's death. I do not know if it is right. And to be torn by such thoughts, I do not know if I am fit to represent mankind.
Hermes! Please don't be angry. It hurts so.
Forgive me. If you would still consider me in spite of everything, I beg some time to gather my thoughts. Meanwhile, Hythlodaeus, I fear I must trouble you to attend to the others.
'Tis no trouble at all. Take as long as you require.
And you, my friend, I pray you find that which you seek.
I expect we have some few matters to discuss. Shall we return to the 12 Wonders for a time?
Aye.
Well. Feel in that moment we were hearing more and more of what Fandango in the present almost sounded like. At the very least, he seems content to consider the feelings of others. But I think that is where we are going to leave it for tonight. Thank you everyone that was here, whether you chatted or lurked. I always appreciate you being here and showing support and enthusiasm with the stream and everything. We'll be back with more story tomorrow, 2 to 2:30 time, but for now, I am going to find somebody for us to host, and I think we are going to go see Mr. Supreme, who is doing a Paper Mario randomizer. Been a fun time, it's been a fun watch. It's taken quite a few people in the community I'm in right now. Been neat just to see a new spin on an old, fun childhood classic. But again, we will be back. You can always pay attention to Discord or my Twitter to see when we go live, what we're doing, and so forth. But I hope you all have a lovely day or evening, wherever you are in this world, and I hope to see you all again soon. Take care, everyone.